host, Rain Falls, and welcome to Rain Radio. I'm going to be talking a little low today, so turn up your volume. Today I feel very I don't know. Unhappy is not the word at all. Discomfort. Today I feel discomfort. I'm not responding to my living situation very well. I guess I need to just be honest. I tried, but I just don't know what to do. You know, I love my family, but it's not about my family. Today, I'm gonna talk about my mom. I talked about my dad, now I'm gonna talk about my mom. Bit of a different situation than my father. Completely different type of emotions. But I gotta address it so that I can move on. I think this is the best way to do it. Everything I do, it feels like my mom never appreciates it. Now, I'm not the perfect son. I'm not. And most of the things that I do it for me. I wrote my book, I wrote it for me. I did my music, I do it for me. I do. Went to college, I finished, I did that for me. But it's the little things. It's very complex, and you ain't gonna get the whole situation off one video. I'm gonna let you know. But I do my best. I give my best every time. Every time. I listen to that woman. I listened to her cry for 3 years over my dad and my brother while I dealt with my own depression. I held space for her. And every time I try to explain myself or assert myself or be myself, it feels like her feelings overshadow mine. Does she do it on purpose? I don't know. I don't know if she's even aware of it. I've been journaling about this for a long ass time. I don't know what to do anymore, and it's gotten to the point where I'm really getting to that point where where it's time for me to move on. I just don't feel I don't feel appreciated. I feel like she only loves me when I listen to her, when I do what she wants me to do. But when it comes to not doing what she wants me to do, she never receives it. Then anytime I get some distance from her and she feels like I'm pulling away from her, she tries to come at me and try to give me hugs and stuff like that. And this time I said, no, I don't want to, I'm not hugging you. What do you want to hug for? And she said, because I need one. Oh, well, I don't have a hug for you. And then after that, she comes and she's on the near of a psychotic break and all this other stuff. And I get pulled right back in where I don't want to be pulled. And then I'm listening to her and her emotions. And I got to sit with myself and say, how come you always listen to her emotions, but when it's time for you to address yours, she can't handle it? It's too much for her, or she did the best that she could, and you're not ridiculing her. You're not pointing fingers. All you're talking about is your experience. When you're voicing your emotions, you're always the one who ends up crying, or it doesn't go anywhere. And you know what? This is less about my mom and more about me. Look, you've been doing a great job keeping your boundaries, and Dr. Johnson, again, told me about this. He told me, you're too close to your mother. Y'all are too close. I didn't know what he meant by that. He was like, you're too close because your mother should not be ranting to you about what your father is doing. Your mother should not be ranting to you about your other brothers. And she does that. She talks shit. And it's not it's nice nasty. It's really not even a nice nasty. She talks shit and portrays a certain narrative, and that's not the way that it went. I remember she tried to say I was blame shifting one day. Maybe I was. All I wanted was the recognition and the trust to say, dude, this is my job. I write books. I make music. This is my job. I've told them for years, mom, dad, everyone included. And hey, props to my dad, because my dad did cater into that. He started talking to me about my interests, but it's always something with him. My older brother, eldest brother, is just going to agree with her. My other one, he's not necessarily in his right mind at the moment. My oldest brother, he's cool and whatnot, but he's a lot more similar to my mother. So they see a lot of things the same way. I don't see the things, I don't look at life the way she does. And we live in two different worlds, and I've come to kind of accept that. I don't know if she accepts it, but I've accepted it. Maybe she knows, but she wants me to live in her world. She can be kind of controlling in that way. All I want to do is write my books, man. All I want to do is make my music. All I want to do is enjoy my life. I know I'm not in the greatest situation. I live with my parents. I live with my mom, of all things. And it's not the greatest thing. I'm not there to the point to where I want to be. And I'm working, man. I'm doing the best that I can. Okay? Most people say, well, just get a job. I have a job. This is what I do. And you can love it or you can hate it. But this is what the fuck I do. I'm not an employee. And there's nothing wrong with an employee. But I don't do well in those environments, man. And the real gag is that shit hasn't even been working out for me. I go out and I look for a job. I go out. The shit don't work. I don't know why it does not work. Maybe it's a Gen Z thing. Everybody wants to talk shit about Gen Z and say, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do that. Everybody, one generation always has something to say about the next. I don't give a fuck what they have to say. Because they don't know they don't know my life. They don't know me. Like, they don't know me. And they never try to get to know me. All they do is almost like try to fit me into their image of what they think I should be doing because they see me as that. They see me only with their own perception. They don't try to look at it from my lens or a different type of lens. They only try to see it from with their glasses. But they never take off their glasses. And you try to tell them your glasses are distorted, you know? Your glasses are distorted. Like, you're not looking at things clearly. I'm trying to tell you who I am, and you're not looking at me clearly. And I say that. I've been saying that shit for years, my nigga. Years. I got old friends that could vouch for me. I don't know if they would, but they could. Not feeling recognized in my own fucking house. Not feeling seen. Not feeling understood by my own family. And it's just like, where can I go to where I feel like family? I'm not joining a fucking cult. Like, I'm not doing that. I'd rather be alone than join a fucking cult. And I'm not doing that shit. That's how people get sucked into that shit. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to find my real family. The family that recognizes me. Because this isn't love, man. And my love language is being recognized. And this ain't love. This ain't fucking love to me, man. This is conditions. And that's what it feels like. And some people could say I'm ungrateful. Some people could say I'm spoiled. It's easy to watch and judge. But the ones who understand, you get me. And I'm not here to talk to the ones that judge. I'm here to talk to the ones that understand. So, we're gonna get out of this. We ain't gonna be in this house for long. We gonna get out, and real soon. We ain't gonna be here for a long time. We're gonna get to where we need to go. But this is where we're at, and I will move accordingly. I won't disrespect her. I won't do any of that, but I'm gonna move accordingly. I'm gonna have my boundaries up. When it's time to leave the house, I'm gonna leave. If I need to leave the house, I will. If I need to go and take myself out on a date, then that's what I do, and I have done it a while. And she questioned me about that. It was like, you seem distant. I'm not distant. Why don't you ever? Because she asked me, did I want to go see some movie with Denzel in there, and I told her no. I don't want to see that movie. And she was like, well, it seems like you don't want to do things with me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Every time we do something, I'm the one that ends up in not such a good mood. And I feel drained, and I can't do it no more, man. I'm done shedding those tears, and I'm done doing that cycle. You know what I noticed about my mom and this pattern that I have with her? It's every single pattern I've ever had with the girl. Either I leave the girl because I didn't feel appreciated, or me and the girl break up. I love the girl, I guess, too much, right? It's too intense. She never experienced before. I don't know. It's always something, right? I'm different. Always something. I pull back and I say, okay, I'm done. Now the girl wants to come back and love me. Once I pull back, once I'm distant, now you want to love me. Now you want to hear me. Now you want to talk to me. Now you want to hear my music. Now you want to talk to me about my book. I bet you I'm not going to say that. Because you know what? They don't have to support me. They're not obligated to just because they're my family. And the funny thing is, I didn't expect them to. When I first dropped my first book, I didn't expect them because I didn't tell them. It was my older brother who told them. And I really didn't want to tell him either because I knew he would tell them. It was my older brother who told them about my music. They didn't want to tell him, but he told them. So I've learned my lesson. So I saved myself the heartbreak. Because if I find out they don't support me, then I'm the one that's going to be sad. That's why I didn't tell friends. Because if I found out that they didn't support me, I'd be sad. So I saved myself the heartbreak. But one thing that I noticed is that I can't go around trying not to be sad. But one thing that I did notice about myself is you know what you need. And that's half the battle. That's actually the battle. So if you know what you need, now it's time to go out and allow it to come to you because you know what you need. If you know how you want to be loved, that's half the battle of finding love. Because it's not about them recognizing me, it's about me recognizing me for the work that I've did. And that's why I made the other video where I was in the car and it was raining, recognizing the shit that I've did. Not the shit, but the things that I've done. And no, we still got more stuff to do, but hell, man. My eyes are tired. I think I just want to kind of take a nap, but she's here and I'm just uncomfortable. For some reason, I'm uncomfortable. I didn't think she would be here today. I was happy because she left for work. She went out in the office. Sometimes she works here. When she works here, I can never get no work done. But when I went out to run these errands and come back to the house, found out she was here, I was like, dang it. And now I've just been sitting in my room, like not my room, but I've just been sitting kind of uncomfortably. And I think because I really wanted to take a nap, I really wanted to just chill, but I feel like if I don't, I'm gonna be judged. But like I said, you know the work that you've put in. She's not tapped into your world. So how the fuck is she gonna know the efforts that you put in, the things that you do? How is she gonna know what you do and how you influence if she's not tapped into your world? She's only into hers. She asks you, but is it really a question about your world? Is this question really an open question? Or is this question a question to where she has a specific answer that she wants to hear? And I think that's what it is. She wants to hear a certain thing that I'm saying. I'm the youngest brother. The brother with the mental ailment, before his mental ailment, he knew the game. He would just tell her, yeah. He wasn't doing that shit, but he was just like, yeah, okay, yeah. He knows how to play the game. I'm learning the game. But I wish he was here to help me. But he's not. He's in his own world too. All of us are in our own world. We don't have a family to where we're all in the same world, because we're not. We're very distant family, cold, apart. You know, we ain't that type of family where it's you can come by the house anytime. It ain't that type of family. You gotta call. You call them. You don't just pop up at the house. It ain't that type. We ain't the type of family. I couldn't just pull up to my brother Garrett's house unnoticed. I would have to call him. Not that he said that I would, but that's just the energy of it. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's not a rule he has. I'm just using that as an example, but that's the energy of the family. It's really not as together as it seems. You see, this family that I was born into is nothing as it seems. Nobody is as they seem. There's always something hidden, always something that they're not telling you. And I got a theory about one thing too. Family secrets. I know what you did last summer. Where's his finger? Where's his finger? Anyway, enough about my family lore. Oh man. Anywho, I don't even know what the point of what this video was, but I guess I just had to get this off my chest. I want to continue to be the best person that I can be. But it is time that I start looking and recognizing myself so I can get to the family that recognizes me. Or I can build the family that recognizes me. Because that might be what I just might have to do. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. And like I said, y'all, I'm not depressed. I'm not any of that. I'm not angry. I'm at a point where I'm clear and I know exactly what I need to do. And I know exactly how I need to move. You know, thinking smart. What did King Von said? Thinking smart. So I gotta think smart. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. That's all I can do, and that's all I will do. And hey, we still got a lot of things to do. It ain't over yet. And like I told you, this over here, all this is gonna change. I'm gonna be in a new place like that. Bye.